Now let's start our class today. Our today's topic is modifiers. It is question 9 in our second paper, question paper. Let's first know what a modifier is. A modifier is an optional element in a phrase structure or a clause structure. Modifier is not mandatory in a structure. It is an optional element. What does a modifier do? It is said to modify. Here modify means change the meaning of another element in the structure. The element on which it is dependent. A modifier can be removed without affecting the grammar of the sentence. If you remove a modifier from a sentence, the grammar of the sentence will not be affected. For example, in the English sentence, this is a red ball. Can you find the adjective here? Here, red is the adjective and it is the modifier. It is modifying ball. Ball is the noun. If we remove red from this sentence, the sentence will be like this. This is a ball. And this is also a grammatically correct sentence. So the grammar of the sentence is not affected when we remove red from this sentence. Take a screenshot of this slide. Have you taken the screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. Modifiers may come either before or after the modified element. The modified element is called the head. Modifier modifies something which is called the head. Depending on the type of the modifier and the rules of syntax for the language in question. Syntax means bakko in Bengali bakko binnas, formation of sentence. Modifier can be placed before the head or after the head. Head means the word that is modified by the modifiers. A modifier placed before the head is called a pre-modifier. One placed after the head is called a post-modifier. For example, in land mines, look here, mines is the head, main word. Mines is modified by land. The word land is a pre-modifier here. Whereas in the phrase mines in what time? The phrase in what time is a post modifier of mines. Look at the phrase in what time is placed after mines. So it is a post modifier. Take a screenshot of this slide. Have you taken the screenshot?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
then move on to our next slide. A head, your head is the main word that is modified. A head may have a number of modifiers, and these may include both pre-modifiers and post-modifiers. That means a head may have pre-modifiers and post-modifiers, more than one. For example, that nice tall man whom you met. It's a phrase, not a sentence. It's a phrase. In this phrase, it is a noun phrase. In this phrase, man is the head. Man is the head. Man is the main word. Here, man is the head. This main word is modified by nice and tall, which are pre-modifiers, and whom you met, which is a post-modifier. Notice that in English, simple adjectives are usually used as pre-modifiers. We usually use adjectives as pre-modifiers. Adjectives are usually used as pre-modifiers. Some exceptions are always there. For example, galore. Galore means a lot of, plentiful, prochur. Galore is always followed by a noun. Galore appears always after a noun. Or the adjectives like immemorial or martial in the phrase time immemorial and court martial. Martial is an adjective, immemorial is an adjective. They come after the modified word or the head word or the main word. They are used as post modifiers. They are exceptions. Usually adjectives are used as pre-modifiers. Sometimes if we use the adjective before a noun, it means a thing. When we use the same adjective after the noun, the meaning becomes different. A responsible person, compare a responsible person and the person responsible. A responsible person means in Bengali একজন দায়িত্বশীল ব্যক্তি, and the person responsible means in Bengali যে ব্যক্তি দায়ী. A big difference in meaning. Look at another example. The proper town, the meaning the appropriate town, the town which is appropriate for us. And the town proper, the area of the town as properly defined. The whole town as a whole, meaning the town proper. It is sometimes possible for a modifier to be separated from its head by other words. It is not usual English. We generally see this type of English in newspapers. Look at the sentence, the man came who you bumped into in the street yesterday. Look, who should be placed after the man. The man who you bumped into the street came yesterday. This should be the sentence, but sometimes we say like this. We separate the modifying word or words or clauses from the head.
স্যার একটা ডাউট ছিল স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, ask.
Sir, the man came who you bumped into the street yesterday. এটার মানে কি স্যার যে মানুষটাকে তুমি গতকাল
ধাক্কা খেয়েছো
সে আসছে নাকি যে মানুষটাকে বাম করছিল সে গতকাল আসছিল।
মানে মিনিংটা কি, তাই তো?
জি স্যার,
হ্যাঁ,
মিনিংটা
যে
কি?
যে লোকটার সাথে তোমার, ও সরি সরি, who you bumped into the street yesterday, this is the subordinate clause, আর the man came হচ্ছে প্রিন্সিপাল ক্লজ। যার সাথে গতকাল তোমার ধাক্কা লেগেছিল সে এসেছিল।
সেটাই জানতে
হ্যাঁ
চাচ্ছিলাম।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
তাহলে স্যার, the man who you bumped into the
who
street
you
yesterday
bumped into the street yesterday came.
came, এইটা হবে স্যার।
হ্যাঁ, this is the correct sentence, but
জি স্যার।
we can see this type of sentence in our newspapers.
Yes sir.
This type of situation is especially likely in languages with free word order, basically in spoken English. Now let's go into our main discussion. The two principal types of modifiers are adjectives. Adjectives including adjectival phrases and adjectival clauses. And we all know adjectives usually modify nouns. And the other type is adverbs. Adverbs will include adverbial phrases and adverbial clauses. Adverbs usually modify everything, particularly verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. These we should bear in mind. We should remember verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Not all adjectives or adverb are necessarily modifiers. We'll call those adverbs or adjectives modifiers when they are used attributively. Attributively means I take a sentence like this: he is a good boy. Here, good is used as attributively. And now take an example, another example. The boy is good. The boy is good. In this sentence, good is used predicatively. Here we will not consider good as modifiers. We will consider an adjective or an adverb as a modifier when it is used attributively. Now, another type of modifier in some languages, even it comes in our examinations also, including English, is the noun adjunct. What we will call for our exam, noun adjective. Noun adjunct, which is the noun modifying another noun or occasionally another part of speech. An example is land in the phrase landmines given above. In our first slide, we saw landmines. Land is a noun, but here it is a modifier. It is used to modify mines. Mines is another noun. It is called noun adjunct. We will call it noun adjective in our later discussion. Now there are different types of modifiers as we have seen earlier. Some examples are given below. Look at this example. It was a nice house. Here, nice is an adjective modifying a noun house. The swiftly moving waters. Look at the adjectival phrase, swiftly moving, adjectival phrase modifying waters. Now look other examples. She is the woman with the head. Woman is the head word here. It is modified with the head. With the hat is a prepositional phrase used as an adjective phrase here, modifying women. I saw the man whom we met yesterday. Whom we met yesterday is an adjectival clause modifying man. His desk was in the faculty office. Here faculty is a noun modifying another noun office. Noun adjunct or noun adjective. Put it gently in the drawer. Here gently is an adverb modifying put. Put it. Now he was very gentle. Very is an adverb modifying the adjective gentle. Now another very is an adverb modifying gently another adverb. Now even more people were there. Even here is an adverb modifying a determiner, or we will call it quantifier. Quantifier will be those modifiers that will express quantity or number. পরিমাণ অথবা সংখ্যা বুঝাবে। It ran light up the tree. Right. Here is an adverb modifying a prepositional phrase up the tree. Only the dog, only is an adverb modifying a noun phrase the dog. In some cases, noun phrases or quantifiers can act as modifiers. A few more workers are needed. Look, a few is a quantifier because it is meaning a number, modifying another quantifier, more. She is 2 inches taller than her sister. 2 inches is a noun phrase modifying an adjective taller. Now let us see what we need to know to get prepared for the board question regarding modifiers. Let us first see adjective group, the adjective group. As you know, adjective group will modify nouns. Adjective or adjective phrase, example, a good boy. Here good is adjective, a boy good at English. Good at English is adjective, an adjective phrase. Good is a pre-modifier, good at English is a post-modifier. Then participial adjective, that means present participle or present participle phrase, past participle or past participle phrase. A running bus, verb plus ing is known as present participle. V3 or past participle form of the verb is known as past participle. A running bus, here running is a present participle. A boy standing at the door. Standing at the door is a present participle phrase. A sunken ship, sunken is a past participle. A boy attacked with fever, attacked with fever is a past participle phrase. Sunken is a pre-modifier, attacked with fever is a post modifier. Now determiner, we'll understand quantifier by determiner. That will mean quantity or number. For example, all, any, little, much, some, one, no, etc. are known as determiners or quantifiers, meaning number or quantity. Now we have demonstrative adjectives. We have to remember these demonstrative adjectives: this, that, these, those, such, and same. Then we need to know articles, as you all know, a, an, and the. Then we need to know possessive adjective. Examples: my, our, your, his, her, its, their. Then noun adjunct or noun adjective. Example: a tea stall. Tea is usually a noun, but here it is working like an adjective. It is acting like an adjective. So it is called noun adjunct or noun adjective. Then appositive. Shumon, my friend, lives in noun. Uh, uh, a phrase that introduces a noun is called an appositive. Who is Shumon? Shumon is my friend. My friend is the introduction of Shumon. My friend is an appositive. Then relative clause. Then relative clause, uh, uh, a clause starting with who, which, or that. A clause starting with who, which, or that. Shumon, who is my friend? Who is my friend is a relative clause. Lives in Australia. Uh, all these all these members of the adjective group must be remembered by us. Now move on to our adverb group. Adverb group will modify verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Here, first adverb. When we use adverb, we have to remember three things: one, manner; two, place; and three, time. Examples: beautifully is an adverb of manner. How something is done. Everywhere is an adverb of place. Yesterday is an adverb of time. Then we have adverbial or adverb phrase or prepositional phrase. For example, in a day or two. This is called a prepositional phrase because the phrase starts with a preposition. And when this prepositional phrase will act like an adverb, it will be called an adverbial or an adverb phrase. Now infinitive or in infinitive phrase. As you all know, infinitive phrase starts with 2 plus V1. To walk or to walk in the morning. Now we have intensifier. Here is a long list of intensifiers. All the words are, I hope, known to you. Very, really, extremely. Intensifier is always used with adjectives. Intensifier is always used with an adjective. Very, really, extremely, amazingly, exceptionally, incredibly, particularly, remarkably, unusually, absolutely, completely, exceptionally, particularly, quite, totally, utterly, dangerously, seriously, highly, bitterly, enough, etc. Now, do you have any questions? Let me know. This slide and this slide are very important. take a screenshot of this slide.
Sir, can you share the slide in group?
I'll share, but now you can take, because we have to write. We have to do some writing task. Then these examples you will need. Done? If you are done,
Yes.
let me know.
Sir. Done.
Okay, then we'll do an exercise. It is actually question 9 in our second paper. The question look like this. Othello, use an appositive to modify the noun. Farhan Karim,
Yes, sir.
what do you understand by appositive? Appositive bolte ki বুঝি?
Sir, let me take a minute. I need to see the.
আচ্ছা, অ্যাপোজিটিভ বলতে আমরা বুঝি এই যে ওথেলো কে, তার একটা পরিচয় দিবে, পরিচয়, ইন্ট্রোডাকশন টু ওথেলো, ইন্ট্রোডাকশন অফ ওথেলো. If you go through this passage, you will find an introduction of Othello, most probably in the last line of the passage. Now can you tell me what should be the answer to A, gap number A? Farhan Karim.
A noble Muslim Noor from North Africa.
Good. Now all write the answer. A noble Muslim Moor from North Africa. Had risen to, who is living? Arjo. He had shown his bravery in many gap battles. Use an adjective to pre-modify the noun. What type of adjective or what adjective can be put here? He had shown his bravery in many gap battles. What type of battles? Against the Turks. Can you guess what type of battle? Arjo? Anyone else who can say what type of battle it is?
Sir, how about furious or dangerous?
রক্তক্ষয়ী যুদ্ধ বললে ভালো হয় না?
Deadly.
Bloody battles. BLOODY. Bloody battles. BLOODY. Bloody battles against the Turks. Now, Sinan. Everyone praised him. Use an adverb to post-modify the verb. Use an adverb. Everyone praised him. How did they praise? Ausaf Sinan.
Yes,
Everyone,
sir.
what should be the answer? Everyone praised him how? Everyone praised him how?
Grandly.
Highly. 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 Everyone praised him highly. And the Senate trusted and ordered him. Imam Hussein, get ready. Imam, get ready. And the Senate trusted and ordered him. Brabantio, a rich senator of Venice, had a daughter named Desdemona. Use a relative clause, a clause that will start with who or which or that. Had a daughter named Desdemona. Use a relative clause to post modify the noun. Desdemona is the heroine of the drama. Can you describe her? Had a daughter named Desdemona. Imam,
Yes, sir.
tell me. Desdemona had a daughter named Desdemona. Relative clause. A clause that will start with who, which or that.
Sir, who?
Who? Make it a clause. Who is not the answer. Make it a subordinate clause. Who? How did she look? Who? Who was beautiful. He had a daughter named Desdemona who was beautiful. Even you can say who was very beautiful. Beautiful is enough. Who was beautiful. Brabantio, use an adverb. Invited Othello to his house. Adverb. The adverb that means place or manner or time. You need here an adverb of time. You need here an adverb of time. Cheyenne. Cheyenne 11785. Cheyenne, tell me. Brabantio when invited Othello to his house? How often?
Frequently.
Okay, frequently or occasionally or often. OFTEN.
So,
Often will be a better answer. OFTEN. Often will be a better answer. Frequently is another answer. Often is a better answer. Brabantio often invited Othello. Often is an adverb of time. Invited Othello to his house where he and his daughter listened in wonder to Othello as he spoke about his adventures. He told them of deserts, of caves, and of mountains. A high gap. Use an intensifier to post modify the adjective. To touch the sky. High gap to touch the sky. Intensifier. Here is a list of intensifier which should be used.
enough.
Good. High enough to touch the sky. Desdemona had to weave gap. Use a present participle. Present participle. Present participle. Present participle means verb plus ing.
Sir, listening.
Listening should be followed by to. Can you see here any to, to?
No, sir.
Then use another word.
Hearing.
Hearing. Hearing. Hearing the story of his life, and she never became tired of hearing it. She pitied Othello. Use an adverb to post modify the verb. How did she pity Othello? Pity means koruna kora, daya kora. She pitied Othello. How? Shanto. Shanto.
Yes,
She
sir.
pitied Othello. How? কিভাবে দয়া করতো, কিভাবে করুণা করতো? খুবই। খুবই দয়া করতো, খুবই করুণা করতো. Then what should be খুবই in English?
Very.
Very can very modify pitied?
Sir,
Extremely.
utterly.
Utterly, I don't suppose.
Extremely, sir. Extremely.
Extremely, utterly, we usually use them with an adjective. Let's greatly, great answer. Greatly, Greatly. She pitied Othello greatly. Greatly. For the misfortunes and hardships of his life. Her pity gap turned to love. Use an adverb. তার করুণা ভালোবাসায় রূপান্তরিত হলো কখন?
Suddenly.
Suddenly না,
Consequently.
consequently ফলে না, time, adverb of time, adverb of time. শীঘ্রই.
Sir, soon.
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 Soon. Great answer. Soon. 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 Her pity soon turned to love. তার দয়া শীঘ্রই ভালোবাসায় পরিণত হলো. She refused all the young men. Use an infinitive. Infinitive means 2 plus V1.
To marry.
To marry. Great answer. To marry. MARRY. To marry. Because she loved Othello, a noble Muslim Moor from North Africa. Okay. Now you know how the question look like. Question 9 looks like. Is there any question from you? We have we don't have much time to live. In fact, the time is well over. Do you have any question to ask?
Can you share the slide in the group?
Obviously, I'll share it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Then let's end our class today.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum
Assalamu alaikum,
salam.
sir.
Wa alaikum salam.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.